So welcome everybody to this week's masterclass. Yet another part of our product launch for cacao. We are very excited. We are hoping that you are loving the assets that you have out there to share this product and to learn more about this product so that you feel very, very confident and able to share this with your potentials and your customers. Of course, so much has gone on, hasn't even landed in the country yet. How cool is that? But today we have a special masterclass. Did you know, Kimberly, this is the first masterclass ever that I've had a guest speaker. So
Oh,
you
cool.
are the inaugural guest speaker on the Juice Plus Masterclass, Product Masterclass. So thank you for joining us today. I am going to hand over to this beautiful woman who has put so much effort and time and energy into providing us with some great assets all around, particularly around the cacao ceremony. So I'm going to mute myself and hand over to the beautiful Kimberley Wellman. Thanks, Kimberly.
Thank you, Fee. Oh my goodness. I feel very honored. I feel so honored to be here and just to have a really beautiful conversation with you all today. And to those of you joining me live on Zoom, I always love a bit of interaction in the chat because I want this to be a really powerful conversation. And those of you that are watching the recording, I know when we post this as well, I love to see in the comments any of your light bulb moments, any of your input, any of your takeaways as well. I truly love that. So I'm pretty damn excited about this new product, as I'm sure you all are too. We've had such a successful pre-launch campaign. And I know, and I'm sure I am allowed to say this, but even though I don't know the exact numbers, by the tone in Celine's voice, it's like this has actually blown their minds away even more than what we thought with that pre-launch campaign, which is so damn special. And it's also just an indicator that the market is hot for this product. But what I'm excited to have a bit of a chat with you all about today is as we launch this new cacao, we're not just bringing a health product to market. We also have the really beautiful honor of creating a mindful experience. And I'm excited to have a chat today around how do we go about bringing this experience into the community as partners here? And how do we go about hosting one of my most favorite things that I love to do, women's connection circles? And for this masterclass today, really honing in on how do we host a cacao. Every time I say that now, I go between the two, cacao and connection ceremony. How do we host one of those, and why host one of those, and what does that mean to each of you as partners inside your beautiful missions here? Now, hosting a connection circle, it's such a beautiful way to showcase the power of the product that we have here, while also living the mission and really providing a space for women to come together to enjoy more mindfulness, to enjoy more connection, and that other magic word, community as well. So, what is a cacao ceremony? It's all about gathering people together to enjoy the beautiful, delicious drink that we have, while also honoring. I love that word honoring, right? Honoring its ceremonial benefits, because this is a sacred ritual, right? That really does involve everyone enjoying a beautiful cacao at the same time, while cultivating more mindfulness, more connection, more intention, and really the opening of our energetic hearts. Cacao ceremonies have been popular for centuries, right? This is a really ancient ritual, and it's a beautiful way to really connect with the spirit of cacao while deepening that self awareness and really fostering community. So, what I want to do today is just speak into, well, how do we as partners really host a circle? How can we bring this product to life even more? And how can we expand our health mission, really focusing on that energetic regulation and bringing more mindfulness into what we have to share? So, a ceremony is a beautiful way to, number one, create a heart opening experience. And what I mean by this is cacao enhances our emotional openness, love, and connection. As I said, it's a heart opening drink. So it creates a heart opening experience. It's a beautiful way to regulate energy in a supportive and community setting, right? So this beautiful drink, it contains natural compounds that promote relaxation and a sense of well-being. And when we enjoy this in a group setting, it fosters deeper connections with ourselves and with others around us. And what we know to be true in this community is, there is a power in numbers. There's definitely a beautiful energetic collaboration that happens when we all come together. So this is another gift that we get to serve, and we get to pop into our tool belts as partners out there in the community. It's also a beautiful way to encourage presence and mindfulness. So the very slow and the very intentional process of drinking this beautiful drink in a group setting, it allows for deeper awareness. It allows for, even deeper levels of gratitude as well. This is also a wonderful ritual for intention setting when we're coming together in a circle. So what I mean by this, it provides a space for women to come and reflect on their desires, to acknowledge maybe any resistance that they're holding on to in that moment, and to really shift into a beautiful state of alignment. And as always, doing a beautiful circle like this, it's another beautiful way for all of us to share the mission of Juice Plus in a very powerful and embodied way. So what I want to speak into is, how do we go and host this now? And I really want you hearing me today as a partner, right? Here as an everyday woman like myself, right? How do I get to show up and host one of these if I've got no experience? If I've never done one before, but this is speaking to my soul, and I would love to incorporate this into my mission, into my service, into my business. That's how I want you to really hear this today, that you get to learn, you get to hear this so that you get to practice it as a student. Be okay with being a student here, because this is such a gift. When you do one of these, I promise you, you will be hooked and you'll be like, wow, here's a whole new lane inside my mission just unlocked. So hosting a cacao ceremony, whether you do this in your home, I did one in a home just 3 weeks ago at one of our partners' homes. She wanted me to come in and do a smaller circle. You can do this in a yoga studio. You can do this in a park. You can do this in your backyard. You can do it down by the beach, anywhere that feels aligned for you. A ceremony is a beautiful way to showcase this product and this beautiful community. Now, they can be as simple as you like, and they can also be as elaborate as you like, right? So there's a couple of key elements that we often include in a ceremony, and I'm going to recommend maybe you have a bit of a workbook out right now, or you've just got a piece of paper. Take some notes. Be here to create with me today, not just to spectate with me. So a ceremony, right? Number one, we want to create that sacred space. No matter where it is, you can make it sacred. So what I mean by this is setting up a calming environment with, whether it be some soft lighting, whether it's from some fresh flowers out of your garden, whether there's some music, whether there's some candles or some incense, or, some cushions or blankets around that you can pop. Whether you've got 3 women, whether you've got 30 women, it does not matter, right? So creating that sacred space is number one. Number two, in terms of creating a ceremony, it's all about grounding and meditation. And I'm going to show you this. We've got some really beautiful resources that you can just duplicate and bring these into your ceremonies as well. But it's all about grounding and also meditation. So, you might like to start your ceremony with a little bit of breath work or maybe a guided meditation to really help you and also your guests just really center the mind and the body. So once they've stepped into this sacred space, we're going to create this inner connection within them, right? Again, don't get worried if you're like, well, I don't know how to host a meditation. We got the tools, we got the resources here for you. And I also want to gift you right now with the belief and certainty that you do know how to hold the meditation. You know how to take care of people. I've even written scripts for you as well, for you to practice. How would I hold a meditation in my home? Number 3, right? Once we've grounded the body, once we've done a little bit of inner work, After that, it is about enjoying this beautiful ritual as a group. So drinking the cacao mindfully, sipping it slowly together, savoring its warmth, its richness, while reflecting on our intentions as a group. Then we move into that magic word, intentions, a little bit more. So as I said, once your guests are enjoying a few sips of this and we're really tapping into them feeling more regulated, that's when we open up the circle to maybe set some intentions, right? We're going to take a moment. We're going to invite them to acknowledge maybe any resistance that they've been feeling as they stepped into the room, but also consciously guide them how to set new intentions for their growth, any expansion that they wish to feel. And again, creating this space, getting this environment right, ladies, doing that beautiful meditation, I promise you, women feel open and they love being seen and they love being heard. They love just sharing an intention. Okay. And then it's all about that sharing and that connection phase. So, that they will share some of their intentions. And it's all about you just creating that safe space for open conversation and that deeper connection. Okay. It sounds fun, right? I promise you, this is super, super fun. So where to host a ceremony, we've spoken about that briefly. As I said, it doesn't matter if there's 2 people there, if there's 20 people there, the aim is to really foster that community and connection. So in your own home, at a studio, at the beach, at the park, you get to choose. Now, when I say preparing that sacred space, I mean not only physically in the environment, but also for you as the host, creating that inner sacredness within you as you go and host a ceremony. So I want to speak into that. I actually want to take you guys on a bit of a journey now as to, what, I'm ready to host a ceremony. How would I go in? What would I do? How do I really prep myself as well? So let's speak about the partner's role. So before you welcome your guests, you want to take a few moments for yourself, right? You want to sit in the space, you want to set it up, you want to get there early, you want to create that sacred environment, and then you want to close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. You want to enjoy your own light meditation before you step into overflow in the service of others, right? I take a moment in any connection circle that I hold to take a moment to set an intention for the women coming into this ceremony as well. And the intention is always that they feel safe, they feel connected, and they feel seen. You ladies know how to do that. You know how to take care of people. Do not overthink this at all. But just having that little moment for you as the host to really drop into presence, drop into connection with your heart is also key, right? You want to have the area set up and ready to go. So I have the cacao ready to go. I have the cups. I have the ingredients. I have water. Again, if it's just around a small coffee table, or maybe you've got a big table set up on the side, just make sure that the area is set up for you. And I'm sure Fee and probably Kira as well, they might share their different recipes with you guys in terms of hosting a big group session. I don't prep the cacao at the ceremony then and there. The ones that I've done recently, I haven't had the space to do that. So what I do is the morning of the ceremony, I prep it in my own home and I do it on the stove. I use, and there's so many different recipes for me. I use almond milk, I use some cinnamon, I use some maple syrup in there as well. And I actually got these big thermos, just like 2-liter thermoses from Big W. I know you can get the big Yeti ones as well, but I basically have the cacao all ready to go in these big thermoses. So when I walk in, they're there. I can line the cups up. I can give it a bit of a shake up before I'm going to go and serve. And then literally it's taking me 2 minutes to serve the guests then and there. So you want to keep it very simple. You want to keep it very easy. But your energy sets the tone for the group. So you doing this energetic priming as you're welcoming ladies is super key and important. So then you've done your priming, you've got your room set up. It's all about welcoming your guests. Now, like any Juice Plus event, welcoming guests is key, right? The ceremony experience begins the moment that your guests walk through the door and they make eye contact with you. I cannot tell you how many women say to me, I've turned up to an event on my own and you looked at me and you gave me the biggest hug, and it made me feel so safe to enter. I never take that for granted. I hear it over and over because I make such a special effort to really create that connection from the get-go. And I know you ladies are all big on this as well, and I'm speaking to the converted. But, making eye contact is key with every guest that walks in. Greeting each guest by name if possible, or making sure that, you're asking their name and you're taking note of that. Introducing people to other people, especially if they're brand new, is key. Don't leave anyone standing on their own, right? This is part of the ceremony and the ritual the moment they step foot in that door. And then what you want to do is, once everyone is settled, just invite them to sit in a circle. I call this, you don't have to do it in a circle, but I think there's definitely something powerful and something sacred when you have women in a circle, whether they're sitting around a coffee table, whether they're crouched around by a campfire or a coffee table, or they're in a big yoga studio. There's something super safe about being in a circle, but whatever formation feels good to you as well. So done that, you've got the ladies in, they're sitting in a circle. What do I do next, right? You want to always let your guests know how the ceremony is going to run. You always want to communicate with people whenever they're stepping into a room that, for a lot of women, if I'm honest with you, even though it's fun and it's flowing, it is outside their comfort zone, particularly if they've come on their own. The more that you can communicate to them as to how this is going to flow, the more they take a deep breath and settle in and go, all right, I'm in a safe space. So let them know that they're going to be guided through a beautiful meditation that is very light, right? That is very safe, that's just going to help them just drop from the head into the heart. Let them know that they're going to enjoy a delicious cacao together. Let them know that they're going to do some intention setting, whether they wish to do that in a journal in their mind or they wish to voice it. There is no pressure or expectation here, right? Just really communicate what you're going to do so that they settle into feeling very light and calm and connected with you. I always like to start off a circle though, saying that, communicating what's going to happen, but then also inviting them to introduce themselves in a very gentle and reassuring way. Because I truly believe that when women feel connected, right, and just a simple introduction is enough to do that, again, they settle in even more and feel that safety. So I would usually say, I would love to know, why don't you share with the group your name, where you're from, and just why you were drawn to come here today. That's it. 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Tell me more about you. Beautiful way to kick off your ceremony. And as each woman speaks, right, acknowledge her, nod, give her a smile, right? Again, I can't tell you how many women say they notice me on Zoom. Whenever I'm on a Zoom training or I'm on a coaching call, I'm looking and I'm nodding when people are speaking. It's part of that communication of safety for women. So this really does set that foundation for openness and connection as well. So once they've done that, we're then going to go through a guided meditation, right? And we have a meditation that is pre-recorded that you would be able to play through your phone or through a speaker, or what I really want to empower you with is that you actually have your own meditation ready to go. I've got a script for you where you maybe pop on some meditation and you're going to guide them through that meditation yourself. The meditation part of this is all about helping them shift from their busy minds into their hearts, to feel grounded, to feel connected, to feel centered, and to become present with themselves and the group, right? That's what it's all about. Now, at the end of the meditation, once you've done that component, this is when we want to start prepping for the cacao to be sitting in front of them the moment that they open their eyes after the meditation. This is how I do it. Obviously, there's a lot of freedom and flexibility. This is not textbook stuff and how you've got to do it. You will know what is in flow for you on the day. But I always love that feeling of they open their eyes and they've got their beautiful cacao literally sitting in front of them. So at the end of the meditation, I say, just hold yourself in this beautiful spaciousness for a few minutes, and I'm going to go and prep the cacao for them. Hold themselves here. I keep the music running. So the music goes up. It's beautiful. They're sitting in that presence. They're sitting in that connection. They're having that beautiful moment of stillness. And here I am over in the corner, shaking up my cacao, baby. Let's go. I'm going to pour all of the cups so it's nice and warm, it's fresh, and it's ready to rock. And I will very slowly, very gently, with stillness, right? There's no rush. I'm going to go and place a beautiful cup in front of each of them. So then it comes to serving the cacao. Once you've got a cup in front of each of them, I'm going to invite them to then, wiggle their hands, wiggle their toes, and just gently open their eyes and inform them that their cacao is sitting in front of them, and that in a few moments, what I'm going to do is invite everyone collectively to pick up the cacao very intentionally and enjoy a few slow, intentional sips, right? And then as they're sipping, you want to share a couple of the health benefits as to this beautiful drink that they're sipping right now. And they can close their eyes as they're sipping. It's still almost like they're in a bit of a meditation, but it's meditation with movement. And I might have a few health benefits written down, right? This is a beautiful ritual that is supporting your body with more antioxidants to support, your body and your heart health right now. This is a beautiful drink that is boosting your mood and your energy naturally. This is enhancing that mental clarity and focus within you. This is a heart-opening drink. This is encouraging more mindfulness and presence. This is a beautiful ritual for you to enjoy that deeper self-connection right now. Right? So I'm restating these beautiful benefits as they're settling into the drink. And then they will, I'm not making huge big mugs. It's probably, half a mug full, and they're going through this. And then as I can see that, they're kind of halfway through, I'm going to move into some intention setting. So very important, intention setting as part of this circle as well. And this is where, I will really guide the group to do a little bit of journaling, or to maybe sit there with their eyes closed a little bit more as I ask a few questions that are going to stoke their own fire to come up with some intentions for themselves, right? And again, you can have these questions written down there for you. We've got them all in the guides. There's no guesswork in this if you want some extra support. So how do we invite women to think about some intentions on their heart? First of all, we want them to clear a bit of resistance to start with. So I might ask questions like, is there an area in your life where you're feeling resistance? And I just want you to acknowledge it right now. Whether you want to write this in your journal, whether you just want to sit with it behind closed eyes, this is a private part of the ceremony, but I'm going to ask you some questions to create some beautiful spaciousness within you in a moment. I might say, what are the desires on your heart that are maybe feeling a little bit out of reach right now? What are you perhaps holding on to right now that needs a little bit more trust from you, a bit more love, a bit more connection, so that it can start to flow at its own natural pace? Where are you feeling out of alignment right now? And I promise you, ladies, women know. They've got all these answers. This isn't about you coaching them or needing to fix them. This is allowing them to vent, allowing them to come home to their truth, allowing them to have some inner just introspection within themselves right now. So you want to acknowledge each woman, encourage each woman rather, to acknowledge her resistance from a place of love. Just shining a light on resistance is such a powerful exercise in itself, right? Because when we know what we don't want, when we know where there is some resistance, we can have gratitude for it because it's showing us what we do want. And we can have gratitude. We can move one foot in gratitude, one foot in desire, and help us get even clearer about what we do want. So then we're going to focus on, what do you want more of, right? This is the intention part. We want to identify what she wants to create. Questions that we can help them stir up this fire within them. What do you want more of? How will that make you feel? What's What's the feeling behind this desire on your heart right now? Allow yourself to flow here. Put pen to paper, close your eyes, imagine that, feel that with every sip. When your body begins to feel it, it begins to heal it, and we become an energetic match for what we wish to call in. And then you're going to invite them to choose some empowered intentions for themselves. And I always say, just start with two. So let's move into creating 2 new intentions for yourself today. Now that we've acknowledged resistance, we're having gratitude for it, but we're spending some more time in the light. We're casting some intention and clarity of what we do want more of. What would be some intentions that you can settle into and choose and decide for yourself in this very moment? Take another sip of your cacao, close your eyes, allow yourself to go there. Right? See the language that I'm using? I'm not telling them what they need to do. I'm prompting them. And again, you're going to have all this for you. I'm going to give them some examples of intentions. I choose to trust myself and the timing of my journey. I'm open to receiving love, joy, and abundance. I release the need for control and allow things to unfold with ease. I'm worthy of a body that feels vibrant and healthy and nourished. I'm worthy of deep connection and support. I show up for myself with ease, grace, and flow, right? Each woman can write down her intention or simply hold it on her heart as she sips the final few sips of her cacao. And then it's about closing the ceremony, ladies, right? Once everyone has had time to reflect, it's up to you, but I always recommend opening the space for some gentle conversation. And hear me when I say this. This is not about you needing to give advice. It's about holding space, right? Allow those who feel called to, and there's no pressure, but allow them to maybe share what was one of your intentions that you're anchoring into from today's session. Allow her to share what's on her heart. Allow her to feel seen and heard. And once again, it's nodding. I love that for you. It's the safe space, right? Women just need to communicate and vent and share. And it is instant, the calibration that they hear, they feel. And then you want to close the ceremony, right? Thank everyone for being part of the experience. Maybe share why you're passionate about this mission and your journey with Juice Plus, your excitement around cacao. Invite them to stay connected, right? Invite them to stay around, have a bit of a casual chat. Maybe you've got some morning tea or afternoon tea or some protein balls to share. Maybe you've got the Juice Plus products set up on the side with a few recipe cards. And you're going to stoke this fire of just gentle networking and conversation after, right? I also recommend having, your products there. You can set up QR codes with your own website link to each of the products that you have there as well. Maybe in the moment she's ready to order, and let's hope like by the time you guys are doing this, we're in launch campaign and you can sell this daily inside your beautiful businesses. You want people to have an instant call to action after these ceremonies as well. All right. So it's fun. It's light, right? Do not overcomplicate this. I promise you, if you're here, you have a fire and you know how to take care of people. You might like to start with finding 3 women to come and join you around a coffee table, right? Let them be your test monkeys. Maybe don't call them test monkeys. I remember saying that to my mom and my sisters when I wanted to put on my first Juice Plus event. I was like, I need to start practicing talking about these products. Can you come and just sit in my lounge room and be my test monkeys, right? Practice. The more you do this, the more your heart opens, the more the fire comes through you. And this is just soul-led stuff inside of your mission. You don't have to do this. You get to choose to do this. There is so much honor in what you have here. So my final thoughts for you, right? Again, this isn't just showcasing a drink, a product. It's a standalone product. It's world-class. It's amazing on its own. But a ceremony, right? This takes it to a new level. You're creating a transformational experience for these women. You're giving them a space to just pause from the chaos of life. You're giving them an opportunity to reconnect with themselves and other like-minded women. And you're activating some powerful intentions within them in a very beautiful and meaningful way as well. So every time you hold a ceremony, right? Again, you're also anchoring into yourself that you're living the mission of Juice Plus, empowering those around you to elevate their health, their energy, their self-belief, their personal power and empowerment as well. So I feel so honored. I just feel so grateful and appreciative of Juice Plus, Fee, and the company for just driving this product, to bringing it to market, to bringing it to our missions, because this is a game changer. This is a history-making moment for those of you who choose it inside each of your Juice Plus businesses. And then the flip side of all of this, over and above this service and connection and face-to-face connection that you get to bring to women, talk about the marketing behind a connection circle. That's a whole nother masterclass. But anytime I have done a circle and I've been able to share it on my social media, the women in my inbox, tell me more. Who are these women? You are showcasing community and connection and women connecting and coming together. So again, a whole nother element to what you get to share here is your social media, is the marketing behind this, is all of the content that you get in that moment to then continue to market towards your next one as well. So that's it from me, Fee, unless you feel there's anything missed and you want me to touch on it. But I know that the crew would be super keen to hear, how do we run one of these? Like, is there actually resources and things for us as well?
Resources, have we got the resources for you? I'm not sure if you can still see my screen of my PowerPoint, because you know me, I'm a big lover of my PowerPoints. I'm a visual learner. I like to be able to share. But I'm going to pop right now in the chat the link. You are the first people to get this. This is the link for boards for all of the resources that Kimberley has been talking about. So there is a video on our YouTube playlist on how to run the ceremony. There is the guides that Kimberley has completed. There is the meditation that Kimberley has recorded for us. Plus, wait till you see the invitations that the girls have put together in boards for you, so that you can literally, so obviously there's two boards, there's the business boards and the normal boards. If you have not subscribed to get the business boards, then I really would suggest that you consider it, because what is going in there is amazing, and you are able to just pull in the details and send these links out, these amazing, beautiful invitations straight from boards. So simple. We have got so many assets for you. I think what's really important about everything that Kimberley has just said is this particular part of the cacao journey is about connection. And if you go into this with, I'm going to sell a whole heap of cacao today, you're starting from the wrong intention. Maybe that could be an outcome, but what we're really aiming for is what we are really good at Juice Plus, and that's bringing people together, having that community, having that connection. So follow the guide, follow everything that Kimberley has put together. Oh, and wait, there's more. We've actually created some intention cards for you. So there is a link to Canva where there's 44. Of course, I had to use Kat's angel numbers. So there's 44 intention cards in there, which you can print if you want, send them to Vistaprint. I think that's going to be the cheapest way to print them if you want to print them. But, intention cards are easy to get hold of as well. So if you've got some, use them. There are actually some really, nice little kind of things for someone to take away with them as well. If they've pulled an intention card during that ceremony, it's kind of like a take it with you kind of thing. So I don't know if there's any other questions for us, but Kimberley, I just want to say thank you, because you've helped bring this to light. It's kind of like being in this background of, there's so many things we can do with cacao. Kimberley and Kira have come right up front with and just offered and been so open and giving for the benefit of all of us. As you all know, first time we have ever launched a product all by ourselves. So we wanted to show the world of Juice Plus that we know what we're doing down under. We know how to make things happen. And I can tell you, when we set a goal and then we set a bigger goal of how many canisters we could sell pre-release and we have smashed it. And as Kimberley said, that shows you that there is people out there who are looking for this, who are interested in this. And so once we have it in the country, you'll be able to do it all over again. So we're really excited to keep supporting you. We will keep creating. We've got one more big launch of assets coming, maybe Friday, maybe Monday. We'll see when that's going to come out for you. But we've got one more big thing coming your way for cacao assets. So thank you all for joining us. Kimberley, again, thank you for being my very first inaugural Masterclass guest of honor. I think we'll have to do it again. It's more interesting listening to other people than me rabbiting on about compliance, isn't it? So thank you for joining us and thank you for being here. You can take that little link there, share it with your teams. I'm going to go and post it into the partners page very shortly. So thank you all.